Hey guys, so right now we're going to go into Arena, the current meta, which is Eternals, plus 3 different kinds of variations, the speed, the power, the tricky Doom, and then of course there's the old Infinity Watch. We're not going to talk about that, I'll just let you know what to do as an aside, because if you've been here and you have Infinity Watch, you kind of know how to do that matchup. We did it for about a year. And then we'll quickly talk about 2 things that go on with Arena and how to counteract them. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and I will of course update this when a new meta comes along and we need different counters. So Arena right now really is a if this then that, and that is to say, if the enemy uses this team on the left, Eternals plus Zemo, Emma, and Doom, then use this team on the right, Cable, Emma, Icarus, Zemo, and Cersei. Now I will say there is like a 5% chance you can actually lose this matchup. If the enemy Zemo starts his ultimate on one of your Eternals, and he goes all the way to the other end to hit the other Eternal. And that's why we have our Eternals always placed at the far end from each other, so that chance is minimized. If you want to not have that chance whatsoever, use Infinity Watch here and you'll walk over this team. This just is what it is. I prefer to take the risks that the match is 1 minute instead of like 4 minutes. Anyway, let's keep going and I'll show you this matchup in action. So I'm going to take the strongest team I can see, which is the Snows team at 880k. And you'll see my team is quite smaller at 680k, so it is a 200k punch up. And I'll pause it at the moment where it can go bad just to show you what could happen. It's happened to me, I think, twice since this meta arrived, and only against Goofy Rexy's Arena. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe it's just his content creator luck. So you see right there, Zemo started his ultimate on Emma. There's 0 chance I can lose this matchup now. Same if he started it on Zemo or Cable. The only chance is if he starts it on Icarus and goes all the way to Cersei, or vice versa. And you gotta remember, Zemo can actually go backwards on his chain as well. So if he starts on Icarus, he can go to Zemo, then go back to Icarus, and then it's done. Or he can go Icarus, Zemo, Emma, then back to Zemo again, and then it's done and you still win. But I digress. Let's watch how this matchup plays from here on out. So now my my Icarus goes. We didn't kill anybody, so we didn't get the double tap, but that didn't change anything. This is a very big punch up, so I kind of knew that was going to happen. But you see how the way the turn meter rewinds work. Now I have Cable. We'll go ahead and rewind the Cersei because she had more speed, and then we're going to kill the Icarus because he did already do his rebalance. Basic on your Icarus is a lot more damage than special does, and finally we control the Cersei. So the idea is to ability block the Doom, do whatever damage your Eternals are going to do, gauge which Eternal is going to go first, turn meter rewind them with Cable, and then kill the other one. And it always works out. And remember, in the Eternals meta, as long as you kill one of the Eternal enemies, the other Eternal doesn't really do much. So our next question is, what if they don't have Doom? What if instead they go full speed? They have Cable and Zemo, like the team we just used. Or what if instead of Zemo, they use Loki? Well, in that case, just use Infinity Watch and you'll walk over it. I'll show both. One in the far right corner. I'll show the one that uses Zemo. Let's rewind it just for a second. Look at kind of a punch up it is. This is only an 812 team, and I think we're going in there, so it's like a 100k punch down actually, which is to be expected because everyone has their Infinity Watch maxed out. And against enemies like Cable and Loki or Cable and Zemo, they don't really have them all the way built up. They're more kit based. So what do you do in this matchup? Kill Cable. Like I just showed you in the video before, Cable is kind of the reason why we can do giant punch-ups with the team we just used, because we can use that speed manipulation to rewind the enemy. If you kill the enemy Cable, they can't do that, and you get a lot more breathing room. It gives you more room to work with your Moondragon's special, and then your stun and your ability block from Adam Warlock. So how are we going to kill Cable? We're going to target him with the first attack from Nebula, which should be your dodge, because you're at least going to dodge the Cersei ult. And then we're going to special with Gamora, and 9 times out of 10 that's enough to kill the Cable. And then we just kind of go through the motions. Again, I'm going to assess the threats, see who's the most buffed or the most speed meter, and we're going to target them and take them out. So here you go. I get a little tempted to go for that defense down in Icarus, but you gotta know better, control your impulses. I already got the Cersei to rebalance her health from her passive, so it would have been bad to go for the Icarus, because then it would have just got him rebalanced. Both Eternals would have still been up. I mean, I still would have been fine because this matchup is very easy, and you can't really do much to make it go wrong. But it's just smart and good practice. And the Loki matchup is even easier. The Loki matchup actually makes the enemy Cersei go before Icarus, so your Nebula dodges make you dodge everything. So you don't get that turn meter rewind, so it's pretty crazy. Which, by the way, if you're using those 3 as your meta, don't do that. And then finally we have this. What if it is just a super powerful team? So you have your Eternals, Adam Warlock is there to kind of throw you off. He can activate that, I believe it's Cersei, which makes a support start taunting. He gets a second life. They throw Doom in there, and then they throw one more. That one more could be anybody. It could be Omega Red. It could be Emma. It could be Silver Surfer, Kestrel. It doesn't matter. I've seen this a little bit more often now. We're just a really big team, so that the idea is your Eternals can't get the kills. They don't get the extra hit on your Icarus, and then Doom might get to go, get that wheel spinning, and you get in trouble. Or their enemy Eternals will go and beat your weaker speed members. So, what do I like to do here? I like to use the same team we used in the first video, but I replace Cable with Lady Deathstrike. Now, if the enemy team had an Emma, this is still fine because my Zemo is going to go first, and Lady Deathstrike is faster than Icarus, so you can turn me to rewind the Icarus, and you don't have to worry about the coin flip. So let's go ahead and get in there and watch how this one goes. Now this is a 920k team we're going to face. It's with Omega Red as that 5th. And I believe... so it's 150k punch up. Excuse me. So you'll see as we go in, I go ahead and get the ability block on Doom. If I didn't get the ability block on Doom, it would have been fine. I'll rewind over here on the Omega Red because I have the speed meter. I have Emma and they don't. If they had Emma, I would have put it on the Icarus. And then finally, we just start killing everybody. And you see the Adam Warlock does start his taunting, but the other enemies are already dead. And the thing is, even if those enemies hadn't died, the turn meter rewind and the speed that Lady Deathstrike has is gonna make her go first. And then her ultimate is this gigantic chain damage, which is just insane. So say Omega Red was still alive, my Lady Deathstrike would have actually done more damage than what she's gonna do here. So I'm kind of analyzing who's the weaker target, who I should use a stun on. I go for Cersei, and now Lady Deathstrike goes in. And now their Icarus is essentially useless without his partner. He's not going to do flips, he's not going to do any kind of speed meter rewind, and so we just walk over it. So that's what you do if they decide to try and hit you with the big boy Eternal team. And of course, I'll just say as a quick aside, if it's an Infinity Watch, you can use Eternals plus just 3 big boys to beat up an Infinity Watch team very quickly, or you can just mirror match it. We all know how to do that. It takes a while, but it's easier. Now, what are some things to look out for in the arena? Slingshotting. I'll talk about slingshotting real quick. It is a practice where somebody is hitting the person who's hitting you, and that person finishes after the person who's hitting you, so you're going to go all the way to the end of the line. That can be problematic, especially at payout. Yeah, it's a good way to go from rank 1 to rank 11 or 15, which I have done many times. The next thing to look out for is arena collusion. There are arena teams out there, people on Discord that get together, they pick on people to make sure that they're getting as much cores as possible. So, how to fight back against these things? Well, quite simply, time your last attack to be finished in the last 5 seconds before payout. That is to say, my payout is at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll do my last attack anywhere between those last 5 minutes. Now, I used to have to do it at the very 5-minute mark because the Infinity Watch matchup took that long. But now with the Eternals, you have a little bit more wiggle room. So if you get locked out, you can keep checking as the time goes and you still might squeeze it in. But I digress. So I'm going to make sure that I'm looking at the clock before I take the matchup. I go to the screen that says, hey, this much time is remaining. I go in, I pick my battle. I take 10 seconds off from whatever the time remaining told me to allow for like loading screen and a little bit of that. I'll do a quick subtraction on the game time, and then I'm going to make sure I finish my match in that window, giving myself a little bit of breather room so that I'm not going to go over the timer. Nothing worse than going over the timer and screwing yourself over. So yes, in short, finish your last attack within 5 seconds of the payout. And how to deal with arena collusion? Quite simply, do all your attacks in the final hour. I did have Sorry, I'm pretty sick. I did have a arena mafia, if you will, targeting me for a while. And what I did is I let them push me out of the top 10 early in the morning, and then I hovered. And if I had to use one attack to stay in the top 10 and stay out of the top 20, I would do that. And then as soon as it hit that last hour, I would bang, 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 bang. And I made sure I hit each and every single one of them instead, so that what it did is it pushed them 2 bracket deviations apart. This also goes to the completing your last attack with like no more than 5 seconds left before the payout. And doing that is really beneficial and will get you the W. Another thing you can do, if you're crazy like me, you can target them and use extra cores to take them out. Alright guys, I hope you found that informative. I hope it helped you kind of map out what you're going to do against certain different arena variants with the Eternals on it. If it did, great. If not, then I hope you enjoyed the Among Us animations. I had some fun playing around with that. I hope maybe you learned a little bit about slingshotting and arena collusion and how to counteract those. It is pretty try-hard if you're kind of mapping your day out to be like this last hour, or at least this last 10 to 5 minutes of this hour needs to be for this game, focusing on it to make sure I end the fight at the exact right time. I know that's pretty try-hard, but that is the best way to combat both of those issues. But anyway, I hope you're happy, healthy, and having fun, and can't wait to make another video. I'm looking forward to making another War of the Dork video soon with a bunch of different kind of memes and animations and silly stuff, a little storyline. Should be a lot of fun. I think this kind of rounds out the videos I wanted to make for the Discord to have in certain channels. So yeah, look forward to those. Anyway guys, take care, have fun, have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!